Hi friends, now today I will explain. I will solve some important conventional problems on axial flow turbine, that is a propeller turbine or a Kaplan turbine. So I will read out the problem from my laptop. You can follow my lecture material for these problems. Okay. Yeah. The first problem. Kaplan turbine produces 25 megawatt under a head of 40 meter. A Kaplan turbine produces 25 megawatt. So that megawatt is nothing but power. Megawatt is called power. The power is a 25 megawatt power is developed under a head of 40 meter. Observe these in a Francis turbine. The head available in the problem around 70, 100, 140 is there. In a Pelton wheel around 150, 250, 350, 400 is there, but in a Kaplan turbine it is around 40 meters. That means Kaplan turbine is a low head turbine. So whenever the power is given as a megawatt, power is given, if nothing is mentioned about the power in axial flow reaction, axial reaction turbine, just treat it as a shaft power. If nothing is mentioned about the power in a impulse turbine, treat it as a runner power. If nothing is mentioned about the power in a reaction turbine, treat it as a shaft power. Okay, the blade tip diameter is 2.5 times the hub diameter. The blade tip diameter is nothing but outer diameter is equal to 2.5 times the hub diameter. It's given as a 2.5 times the hub diameter, and the overall efficiency is 0.9. The overall efficiency is 0.9 is given, and if the speed and flow ratios are 2 and 0.6, speed ratio is nothing but Ku and flow ratio is nothing but Kf is given in this problem. If the speed ratio is 2, flow ratio is 0.6 respectively. Calculate, this is the data of the problem. Calculate, you want to find out number 1 tip diameter. Tip diameter is nothing but DO. Number 2 hub diameter is called DH is given. They want to find out. And the third one, speed of the turbine. So these three they want to find out. So short flow is given, head is given, outer diameter and hub diameter relation is given, overall efficiency is given, speed ratio and flow ratio is given. They want to find out tip diameter is nothing but outer diameter, hub diameter and the speed they want to find out. So coming from the solution. But here they don't want to find out angles as well as other dimensions. If you want to find out angles, you have to follow the velocity triangles. Otherwise, you need not to follow the velocity triangles for this particular problem, because they want to only dimensions. Whenever if you want to find out the angles, means runner blade angle, vane angles, or inlet angle, or inlet blade angle, outlet blade angle, then only you can use velocity triangles. So we will solve the problem one by one. So we know that Ku is nothing but speed ratio is nothing but U1 blade velocity by V1 absolute velocity, that we called as we can write as U1 is equal to Ku speed ratio into V1. So V1 we can write as U1 is equal to Ku into V1 absolute velocity we can write as root over 2gh. So Ku is given speed ratio, 2 is constant, g is nothing but acceleration to gravity 9.81, head is given. If you substituting all of these, we can get a U1 as U1 is equal to Ku into 2 into root over 2 into 9.81 into head is 40 meter. By substituting all of that we got Ku is equal to 56.03 meters per second. Okay, by this one we can find out next Kf is given. Kf is equal to flow ratio, that is equal to flow velocity till net by absolute velocity till net. We can write as a V1 Vf1 is equal to Ku into V1. Again we can write as a Ku into root over 2GH by substituting not K, this is a flow ratio, Kf into root over 2GH. Kf is given in the problem, 2 is a constant, G is accelerating gravity, again head is given as a 40 meter. By substituting all of these we will get Vf1 is equal to flow velocity as 16.8 meters per second. 16.8 meters per second we are getting. So we know that overall efficiency eta O is equal to, overall efficiency is given, eta O is equal to overall efficiency is nothing but hydraulic efficiency into mechanical efficiency. So hydraulic efficiency is nothing but runner power by water power, mechanical efficiency is nothing but shaft power by runner power. Runner power gets cancelled, we get shaft power by water power. So by substituting overall efficiency is equal to shaft power by water power is nothing but rho QGH. If you substitute shaft power is in watts, this is only rho QGH by 1000. If you substitute shaft power is in kilowatt, it is a rho QGH by 1000. So therefore shaft power is given 25 megawatt is nothing but 25 into 10 to the power of 6 watt. 25 into 10 to the power of 6 divided by SS. So overall efficiency is given 0.9 and shaft power 25 into 10 to the power of 6. Rho is the density of water 1000, Q is not given, and acceleration due to gravity G is now 9.81, head is given 40. By substituting all of these we can get a Q is equal to 70.8 meter cube per second. 70.8 meter cube per second we will get. By discharge we can find out any hub diameter or outer diameter of the blade. So I will erase the data. So then discharge we know that Q is equal to pi by 4 outer diameter square minus hub diameter square into Vf. So Vf or Vf1 or Vf1 will be same. So I am writing as a Vf1 or Vf2. Anything is same because in axial flow turbine flow velocity at inlet exit should be same. Therefore Q is we are getting Q is equal to 70.8 into 70.8 pi by 4 d square. They given the relation outer diameter is 2.5 times the hub diameter, so square minus dh square into velocity of the flow. Already we found out velocity of the flow as how much velocity of the 16.8. By substituting all of these we can get a hub diameter dh is equal to we get as a 1.01 meter as a hub diameter. So hub diameter is over. So coming for the outer diameter is a relation for 2.5 times hub diameter. That means 2.5 into outer diameter 1.01 we will get as a not 2.5, this is a 2 only, 2 times hub diameter. So 2 into hub diameter is equal to 2.02 meters of outer diameter. So hub diameter is over and outer diameter is over. And coming for speed of the turbine. So we know that velocity U is equal to pi d n by 60. So we can use by using inlet velocity. So we know the inlet blade velocity. Therefore inlet blade velocity is taken is nothing but outer diameter is will be taken. So outer diameter. Therefore U1 we know that pi d U1 by 60 meters per second. So we know that U1, then we should use the outer diameter of the runner. So U1 we know that 56.03 is equal to pi into outer diameter of runner is 2.02 meter into n by 60. By substituting all of these n we get as a 426.6, 424.6 rpm. This is the answers. So how diameter is over, outer diameter of or tip diameter is over, speed of the shaft is over. So we will go for next problem. Okay, second problem. A propeller turbine has been observed this in previous problem. It is given in a Kaplan turbine. Second problem is a propeller turbine. That's why axial flow reaction turbine is a two types: propeller turbine and a Kaplan turbine. In a propeller turbine, the blades of runner is fixed, completely fixed. But in Kaplan turbine, the blades of runner is a small adjustable. Okay, a propeller turbine has been designed to develop a 220 kilowatt, 22,000 kilowatt. So the power is given as a 22,000 kilowatt, nothing but 20 into 22 into this is a 10 cube, and a kilowatt is a nothing but 10 cube watt, nothing but 22 into 10 to the power of 6 mega watt. So if nothing is mentioned about the reaction turbine, treat it as a shaft power. And head is a 20 meter. The head is given as a 20 meter. Head is equal to 20 meter. Observe this. Very less height. Height of the turbine is head of the turbine is very less. That's why Kaplan and axial flow reaction turbines is a low height turbine. 20 meters, and wheel turning is 150 revolutions per minute. Wheel turning is 150 revolutions per minute. RPM is given. The relevant data is hydraulic efficiency is given as 95%. 95% is nothing but 0.95 in fraction. Overall efficiency is given as 88%. 88% in the fraction written as 0.88. Outer dia is 0.45 meter, I think so. 4 meter, 4.5 meter. Outer diameter is 4.5 meter is given. In the problem I written as a 0.45, but it's not 0.45, 4.5 meter. And dia of hub is given is a 2 meter. Determine runner vane angles at hub and at outer periphery. They want to find out runner vane angles. Runner vane angles is nothing but what they ask? Determine the runner vane angles. Runner vane angles is nothing but beta. Vane angles is beta. Vane angles are nothing but beta 1 and beta 2. They want to find out vane angles at hub as well as outer periphery. At hub and outer periphery means by using DH, by using DO, they want to find out, because vane angles at hub is different, outer periphery is different. So they want to find out vane angles at hub section as well as outer periphery section or outer tip section. Assume that turbine discharge without wheel at exit. The turbine discharge without wheel at exit means VW2 is 0. Without wheel means VW is a wheel velocity, at exit is a VW2. VW is in negligible. Without wheel means 0. So anyhow, in axial flow turbines of axial flow out, whenever the exit is a axial, wheel will be 0 in the both Francis as well as a Kaplan. Kaplan turbine is a axial flow. That's why outlet wheel velocity will be 0. This is a problem is given. So let us find out one by one. From the given data, I will find out first Q and then VF. Overall efficiency is equal to hydraulic efficiency into mechanical efficiency. So then overall efficiency is equal to hydraulic efficiency as a 0.88, 0.8. Overall efficiency is given. Sorry. Yeah, we know that overall efficiency is equal to shaft power by water power. So overall efficiency is 0.88, shaft power is 22 into 10 to the power of 6 divided by water power is rho Q G H. So rho density of water, we know that Q is not given, G is we know that, H is given. By substituting all of these, we get a Q. Discharge of turbine is 127.42. We will get meter cube per second. This is a discharge. By discharge, we can write area into velocity of the flow. Area is nothing but pi by 4 dO square minus dH square into VF. Either VF1 or VF2, whatever, both will be same. Therefore, Q is 127.42 pi by 4. dO is given as a 4.5 meters minus dH is a 2 meters square into VF1. So by substituting all of these, we will get a VF1. VF1 as a 10.02 meters per second. 10.02 meters per second. By data, we can find out two things: discharge as well as a flow velocity. So therefore, I will erase this part. So one by one we will solve. First, analysis at hub section. Analysis at hub section. So whenever they want to find out, or we wish to find out the angles, definitely we should draw the velocity triangle. For deciding the velocity triangle of reaction turbine, first we should find out the blade velocity at inlet, wheel velocity at inlet. The relation of VW1 and U1 gives the inlet velocity triangle diagram. So let us find out one by one. First, U1 is equal to pi. First we find out the hub section, that's why V dH n by 60. So therefore U1 is equal to pi is constant, diameter of hub is given as a 2 meters and n is given 150 by 60. This is meters per second. So therefore U1 we will get as U1 is equal to 15.7 meters per second. U1 is known. Then we will find out the VW1. VW1 we can find out by using hydraulic efficiency. Hydraulic efficiency is equal to runner power by water power. Runner power is nothing but VW1 U1 by water power is nothing but, so runner power is nothing but m dot VW1 U1 minus VW2 U2. In axial flow turbine, exit flow is a axial direction. That's why flow velocity will be wheel velocity will be 0. Anyhow, in the problem also given by water power is equal to rho QGH. Then m dot is over, everything is over. So I will write the finalized formula, VW1 U1 by GH. Is there. So then hydraulic efficiency is given 0.95. VW1 we don't know. U1 already we find it as 15.7. G we know that G 9.81. H is given in the problem is I think 20 meters, not 40 meters, 20 meters. By substituting all of this, we will get VW1 as the 11.87 meters per second. 11.87 meters per second. Observe this, VW1 and U1. So by relation of these, U1 is a greater than VW1. Then the inlet elastic angle will be same as Francis turbine. So this is a V1 with an angle alpha 1. This is a VR1 with an angle beta 1. So V1, VR1 and U1 also in the same triangle. This is a horizontal component of blade velocity U1, and V1, this is a VF1 flow velocity. For absolute components, there are two components of absolute velocity, vertical component VF1, horizontal component this much VW1. Again exit velocity triangle will be, this is a relative velocity at exit VR2. Again this is a flow velocity at exit is same as a absolute velocity. Absolute velocity will merges in a flow velocity because water leaves axially, means alpha 2 is a 90 degrees. This is a beta 2. So this is remaining is a U2. Here VW2 is a 0. Note this. So U1 will be greater than. Then they want to find out the only angles, inlet angle as well as a outlet angle. From inlet triangle, tan beta 1 we take as a, from this triangle, from this right angle triangle, tan beta 1 opposite side VF1 by adjacent side U1 minus VW1. So VF1 already find out as a 10.02 meters per second, U1 already 15.7 minus VW1 11.87. By substituting all of these, we get beta 1 as a beta is actually this is a angle. Beta 1 is a something to 14.35 to 14.35 to 14.35 degrees. So beta 1 is over. Coming to the beta 2, again tan beta 2 we will take. Tan beta 2 is equal to opposite side by opposite side is a VF2 divided by adjacent side U2. So VF1 VF2 will be same in the axial flow reaction turbine, and U1 U2 also same. So VF1 is a 10.02 divided by U1 is a 15.7. By substituting all of this, beta 2 we got as a 32.5 degrees. So this is a runner vane angles at up section. Same procedure we will follow for a outer section. At outer section means at DO. Same thing we will follow. Again U1 is find out by using DO. DO is a 4.5. By substituting this, U1 is a different answer as a 35.34 meters per second. In previous section we consider a hub section, that's why we use a hub diameter. In this section we consider the outer section is the outer diameter, tip section, so that's why we are using the outer diameter. By substituting these values, U1 we will get as. Again hydraulic efficiency is same as so VW1, again U1 is varying, U1 is a 35.34. Again VW1 is G is same, H is same. Again VW1 we get as a 5.27 meters per second. Again the relation is tells that UW1 is greater than VW1. Again triangle will be same. Again tan beta 1 is equal to VF1 by U1 minus VW1. Again VF1 VW1 will be U1 and VW1 will be 0. U1 is a 35.34 minus 5.27. Then answer will be different. Same inlet triangles will be same. Then beta 1 has a 161.6 degree. again tan beta 2 Vf2 opposite side, tan beta opposite side by adjacent side, Vf2 by U2. So again Vf2 is same, U2 is again different here. What is the U2? U2 is the same as a U1 in a Kaplan turbine or axial flow turbine. U1 and U2 will be same. Again Vf1 and Vf2 will be same. So Vf2 as a Vf1, that is a 10.02, again 10.02. U2 as a U2 is same as U1, that is a 35.34. By substituting all of this, tan beta 2 we got as a something 15.85 degrees. So this is the answers. So this is the runner vane angles at the outer section or tip section of the runner. So there are here I solved two different problems. You can follow different textbooks for practicing more numericals on this topic. So till now we completed Pelton-Weyl and Francis turbine and Kaplan turbine. In the next class, we will discuss about the draft tube and draft tube design proportions and how draft tube is used for reaction turbine. What is the requirement of draft tube? What is the significance of draft tube? We will discuss in the next class. Okay. Till now you solve you will solve many problems from the different textbooks. Thank you.